All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone for teaching us this truth. In today's lesson, 2 FBI agents killed, 3 wounded in South Florida during child pornography raid. And this is hot off the press. So we're going to watch the video, which is about 3-4 minutes long, and come back with some precepts. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. And here we go.
Good evening. The FBI has suffered what it calls one of its darkest days. 2 of its agents ambushed and shot dead in South Florida. A new report tonight says federal agents executing a search warrant in a child porn case were walking straight into a trap. The feds say 2 agents died in a hail of bullets. 3 others shot again and again this morning at an apartment complex in the city of Sunrise, just west of Fort Lauderdale. The Miami Herald reports the gunman apparently monitored the agents on a doorbell camera as they approached his home. And when they reached the door, he opened fire with an assault-style rifle right through it. This evening, President Biden says he's been briefed on the shooting and is offering condolences to the family of the fallen agents.
Every family, just when they put that shield on and go out in the morning, dreads the possibility of a call, receiving that phone call. And my heart aches for the families. I've not had an opportunity, nor will I try today, to contact them, but they put their lives on the line, and it's a hell of a price to pay.
Police escorted the bodies of the fallen agents from the hospital to the medical examiner's office. One of the agents killed today spearheaded an investigation into what was believed to be the world's largest child porn site on all of the dark web. That case led to hundreds of arrests. NBC's Sam Brock on the top story tonight, live on scene.
Yeah, see, you know this had to have been an Edomite. Now, they didn't say too much about the suspect, but I had to read into it a little bit more to see exactly what it was all about. But the reason I stopped it was because, this made, breaking news, whether if it's, real or not, what's happened is going to trickle down to be a law to where, I'm thinking through the spirit, as a man. But spiritually, I'm thinking that, that should be a part of them, taking the, the firearms of the American people, because, this did make the deaths of Joe Biden. It made his, it made breaking news. So it made it all the way to the White House, which, he's Joe Biden. He's signing all types of laws and petitions, So it's probably another petition that he's going to sign to, try to take the firearms, which I have been hearing that anyway, but I had to bring that out through the spirit, just because. So, but, this is, the so-called white man has always been a pedophile, man. And that's why the scriptures say he's outside of the temple, man. Child pornography, man. This, if this is real, which it might be real, but, it seems to be real, but, Esau Edom, he knew that his day was coming, man, doing this child pornography ring, man. And they said it was the largest in the world. It's just like he couldn't stop, you see. So let's get the first precept. This is the book of Job. I got it queued up, 30:1. It says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I would have disdain to have sit with my dogs of my flock." See, And this is Job talking about the so-called white man. He said, I would have this thing to have sit with the dogs on my flock. So Job wouldn't even want the so-called white man around his dogs, man. You see? And hey, that's the so-called white man. Hey, let's jump down to verse 8. Job 30:8. It says, they were fools. They were children of fools. Yea, children of base men. They were violent in the earth. You see? And that takes a vile man, a so-called man. But this is the so-called white man is a beast, man. You know? He is the vilest and the cunningest beast in the earth, man. So we'll come back with maybe one or two more precepts. Let's watch the rest of the video.
Sam.
Shep, good evening. You can see behind me right now, once this truck clears, this is the apartment complex where it all happened. There's still police out here at the time being trying to figure out how this all happened. Now, Shep, we heard from the FBI about an hour ago, and they detailed the fact that they do federal search warrants on a near daily basis, and very rarely does it end in a situation like this. Sadly, this morning, that was the case. Around 6 a.m., the FBI says here in Sunrise, where you see a flood of police lights, a team went in there to try to execute a federal search warrant for violence against children, and that team was met by bullets. 5 people were shot, 2 fatally, 2 others seriously enough that they had to go to the hospital, Shep. Now, the suspect in this case was barricaded inside of that apartment that you're looking at right now for hours. There was a complete lockdown that lasted until 9 o'clock this morning. He is now deceased. The FBI will not say how, although there are reports that he took his own life.
Wait, let's rewind that because I could have sworn he didn't say anybody got killed. But it's saying that 2 FBI agents were killed and 3 wounded. So let's rewind that. I want to hear that again.
You see a flood of police lights. A team went in there to try to execute a federal search warrant for violence against children, and that team was met by bullets. 5 people were shot, 2 fatally, 2 others seriously enough that they had to go to the hospital.
Okay, so he did say it. He said fatally, so yeah.
Shep. Now, the suspect in this case was barricaded inside of that apartment that you're looking at right now for hours. There was a complete lockdown that lasted until 9 o'clock this morning. He is now deceased. The FBI will not say how, although...
Yeah, they murdered him. You know. Let's get into this next precept. Hey, like, you know, if this is the largest child pornography ring ever, man, I mean, you would think you would, like, not, you know, stop at that time, man. It'll be a time to stop, but hey, man, this dude, he knew that he was going to take it to the end, you know. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 28. It says, for they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. See? Definitely, man. You know, it was definitely no understanding in this Edomite, man. You see? Verse 29 says, oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. Hey, man, that's Esau Edom, man. He's violent in the earth.
Oh, there are reports that he took his own life. He also claimed the lives of 36-year-old Daniel Alfin and 43-year-old Laura Schwarzenberger, who both have spouses, both have kids, and have dedicated their lives to cracking down on predatory behavior. Here's what the FBI field office here in Miami had to say.
Dan and Laura left home this morning to carry out the mission they signed up for and loved to do, to keep the American people safe.
And Chef, you mentioned that this is the deadliest day for the FBI since 9/11. It is also tragedy revisited for Miami because it has been more than 30 years anywhere in the country where 2 special agents have been killed in the line of duty. The last time this happened, South Florida in 1986. The Miami field office here is named after those 2 special agents. Shep.
Shepard Smith here.
Hey, that's what it is. Let's get one more precept. Let's see. We go into the book of Second Edges. Second Edges, chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, "But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly." See, hey, but hey, that's well, it is what it is, man. You know, the end of the so-called white man is near, man. You see, but hey, we're gonna go ahead and shut it off right there because it's been pretty hard for me to upload videos that's, have more than, I guess. I did a video about 2 hours, and man, it took me about a day just to upload it. So I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone for teaching us this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect.